these young kids are so entitled. True? False?
I'd say entitlement exists in all generations, but you can obviously come across someone who is entitled. I will not. I cannot say that does not exist. So I will grant you that.
So more so than other generations?
I don't think more so entitled. I think they're more boisterous about asking for what they want. I think that it's not so that they feel entitled to it, but they are more open to saying, well, I want to negotiate that, or I want to talk about that. Could we do more? They are a lot more, I guess, well-versed towards that, which probably comes from some of the millennial generations, even some Gen X, of learning the value of negotiations. But I think they learned the skills so early that maybe the entitlement comes into play because you see them trying to advocate for themselves early, which to an extent, I tell my students, you do have to advocate for yourself. There's no one else that's going to do it. So be the adult, be the professional, and make sure you're representing who you are in a professional manner, and ask for what you need and what you want. But at the same time, be aware of, reality. So I would definitely say that for some, entitlement can exist, but I think it's just more so they're very clear on their values and goals.
I would emphasize that. Be aware of reality a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the disconnect,
that's the
right? It's look, I understand you have these questions, but here we are talking, you haven't even been offered a job and you're already asking about, can I leave at 3:00 every Thursday to, whatever.
Let's hire you first.
Pump the brakes a little bit.
Yep. Sure.
And I think that's kind of where the entitlement feeling may come from is, hey, I want this, but if you back it out and say, look, maybe what if I don't make as much money, or, maybe if we, cut this out, but that part of it. But I think the feeling is there's never that part. It's I want all the money and I want blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And I think, I can speak to mostly for my students, but I think a lot of it comes from where did they learn their professional skills? Because one of the things that I'm very clear on, the reason I love mock interviews, you mentioned something earlier about them asking the questions earlier about, can I get off at 3? My big piece of advice for them, I'm like, never ask assumptive questions about what you're going to do in a role until you have been offered said role. That is the first one. I was like, you do not ask about money in the first interview. You do not ask about what can I get. Your whole questioning is getting information about the role so you can decide if it's a good fit.